Roane State's library has paid for subscriptions to databases that we can use, databases if you prefer. And if I start at the home page, I certainly could just type in the search box library. I would like to point out to you that every student can click this Student Services tab to see everything they need to know and get to regarding Roane State. And one of those tabs is the library. When you get to the library homepage, you certainly could go to OneSearch, type in your topic, limit your topic, filter sources. It's going to give you everything the library has in print and electronic forms. And sometimes it'll give you duplicates because different sources will be in there. But that's a great search tool, sort of like Google, but it has its limitations. Libraries, librarians would love to help you. The tool I'm very interested in you exploring this week are the library databases. If you see, we've got 76 databases that our library pays for using your tuition monies. They're in ABC order. You don't have any where it's not highlighted, right? We've got databases in ABC order, and they are not only named like Academic One File by Gale. By the way, don't quote Gale. That's just the organizing group. You'll quote each source that you use from Gale. It has a description. So it has a name and it has a description. And you can see if you're interested in applied science and technology, what this is about. If you're interested in art or Shakespearean plays or biographies or history or business insights, which is something that some of you might have used. I may have shown you when you did your informative speech, if you had a really large company, a scalable enterprise company. But there's another way to search for our persuasive speech. Any of these will work for you. And so if you're like into nursing, you can go by subject. If your topic and what you're going to call us to do is for computer science, you can take us, or current events, you can take us and look at those. And current events has 12 databases. But today I'd like to show you the communication databases. There are 8 of them that Roane State pays for. So I'll click the category and I will click search. I now have the 8 databases that has been categorized to be in the field of communication. Doesn't mean you can't use the other ones, but there we are. Academic One File has a lot of peer-reviewed full-text articles from journals and other reference sources. You can get them in PDF or HTML, and there's no restrictions. Some people like to use that. I don't necessarily think the college English thing is what you need to do. A lot of people like CQ Researcher when you want original reporting and analysis on issues in the news. So if you are doing a topic on something that's current health or social trends or criminal justice, international affairs, education, the environment, technology, and the economy, CQ Researcher may be where you want to look. Remember, we're looking for a problem or a need and how to satisfy that, how to minimize the problem or satisfy the need. What call to action can you bring us to be motivated to take? I personally love JSTOR because it's about research, teaching, and learning. And I even follow them and they send me an email each week with maybe 8 interesting article titles, and some of them I read and some of them I don't. The 2 that I'm particularly interested in showing you this time for this video are Opposing Viewpoints in Context and Points of View Reference Center. You can see that Points of View Reference Center give you different positions on current topics. So they'll give you both points of view, overview, point, counterpoint, that's the opposite view, right? And they'll do it in the form of essays, biographies, images, and primary source documents. Primary source, of course, are the original source of information, where secondary or tertiary are somebody's taken that information and then written something about it or created a visual about it. Let's go to opposing viewpoints in context. It provides information and opinions on a lot of different social issues. So if you think there's a social issue that's very important, you might find some information and sources in opposing viewpoints in context. You're going to get full text articles, newspaper statistics, images, video, audio, and they've been vetted. We believe that these things are curated for credibility, authority. So I'm clicking on Gale in context, opposing viewpoints. The top of their page, they generally put 3 or 4 particular hot topics right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're back to that one. So if I click explore this topic, or if I was on voting rights and I explored that topic, it would give me all those things I said, an overview, all of the sources, and they'd kind of categorize it underneath that. So you can go by topic within that, voting laws. Now, they give you top topics, but they say we've got 484 topics that you can explore. If I click that little blue line that said explore it, you get an ABC list, ABC ordered list on so many different topics. If you were very concerned about the cancel culture that's going on right now, some may believe in it, some may believe it's not existing. You can find out what it is. You can get some of the things in the overview so that you have some new words to consider, but you wouldn't cite the overview in Gale. You'll use that to go find some of the sources. Look at this cancel culture sources. You have 19 featured viewpoints, 2 academic journal articles, 3 videos, 2 statistic pages, references, 4 audio things, 6 websites that they have curated, right? Infographics, that's where they take a lot of data and they make a picture, a visual to really show it out well. 800, almost 850 news articles. They even give you related topics so that if it doesn't sound exactly like what you want, perhaps you can go to related topics. 13 images, perhaps that'll make it into your slideshow, and 75 magazine articles. The overview is kind of cool. So when you click that, it tells you some related subjects on the side. It gives you the pros and the cons. And then it gives you the history of it. And there's internal links further. So if any of that grabs your mind, you can do that. They even give you critical thinking questions that may enhance whatever you're doing for showing us a problem, showing us what a solution or how we can satisfy that need would be, and what would the world look like? You know, you don't just have to grab it from your own personal thoughts. You can support it with sources to motivate us to take an action. At the bottom, each source will have a citation. And right now, this is marked off as MLA 9th edition. If you're doing graduate work or you're in your psychology class or science class and they want you to use APA, you just click that. By the way, anybody who doesn't know, if I see on your outlines parentheses, it's not MLA. Let's go back to MLA. I could copy this and I could paste it into CiteFast if I wanted to use that tool to make sure that everything is in order and the format is right. In CiteFast, when you create a new bibliography, maybe you've got an account, so each time you want to do a different topic, you can make a new bibliography, put your 5 minimum sources in there. Certainly you can use more. And when they're complete, you click Export to Word, and that will let you see the perfect works cited. If you filled out all the information, you can copy and paste that on its own page, starting at the top of your work, your outline. Okay? So overview is a big deal, but look for the sources that you'll see, and you can click any of these. Let's see the 6 websites, what they did. Okay, so they'll give you the website that you can follow. And then if you want to put that into CiteFast or any of your bibliographical tools that you're using, you can do that. By the way, I love Pew Research Center because they so often will do deep research and you can actually see the original research, but they also write it in plain old English articles that are easy to understand and get all the results. So there you go. I hope that you will use some of our databases and do so by navigating from our library. Let's see. There we go.